investors. How are you doing today? Welcome back. Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fame Rothstein, aka Michael Snackson, aka Bay O Wolf, aka Malcolm Excellence, aka Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Today's Saturday, December 30th, 2023. Got one more day to the new year, you know. And before we get started here, because I'm gonna keep you here. I'm not gonna keep you here very long. Before we get started, just make sure you like and subscribe to the video, to the channel. Like, subscribe, share, leave comments. Okay. And a couple reminders. First and foremost, if you feel you have a gambling problem, please do not watch this show. Please visit www.gamblersanonymous.org, and hopefully they can get you the services you feel you need. Okay. And also find me on X, formerly Twitter, at Biggie Rothstein. There it is at the bottom of the screen, BIGGIEROTHSTEIN. All right. And yesterday I gave you three. It was only 1 and 2 yesterday. The two we lost. The Dallas North Stars, they won by one in overtime. They won by one in overtime. You know, in hockey, overtime is sudden death. So they couldn't come back and do that. And then Kentucky. What the hell, Kentucky football? We had them on the money line against Clemson. Gave up the game-winning touchdown with 17 seconds left. Okay, and then the one we won had to have a little bit of a miraculous effort in the fourth quarter, but Notre Dame and Oregon State went over 41 and a half, right? So that was 1 and 2 for the day. That's not necessarily our best effort, but we'll take it because we won something back, all right? But today we're going for 3 out of 3, okay? We got 3 games, 3 sports, okay? Let's just go in the order that they go, okay? 2 p.m., college football. Got the Music City Bowl down in Music City, Nashville, okay? The Auburn Tigers of the SEC going against the Maryland Terrapins, or the Maryland Terrapins of the Big Ten. Still sounds weird. I know they've been there for a few years now. It still sounds weird to say Maryland of the Big Ten. However, they're 75. Auburn comes in, like I said, 6-6, scoring 27 a game, giving up 22. Okay, they pass for 157 and give up 209. You know, those SEC offenses, and they rush for 198 a game, almost 200 yards a game, and they give up 159. You know, that's 5 yards a carry that they run for, and they give up 4.4. That is terrible. But this is Maryland. It's not necessarily the biggest running game. But then again, you know that Maryland's coach, what's the brother's name? Black fella, I should know him. But anyway, he used to be Alabama's offensive coordinator, so he's going to run the ball, and that's what he does. Maryland 7-5, they score 29.6 a game and give up 23.2 a game. Okay, they pass for 284. You know, Tua's younger brother, Tua Tagovailoa of the Miami Dolphins. His little brother's the quarterback of Maryland. They pass for 284 a game, give up 207. Again, there's not a lot of passing in the Big Ten, so 207 is not necessarily. It's good, but it's not necessarily nothing to write home by out of that conference. Okay, now they run for 3.7 a game, and they give up 3.5. 3.7 an average, and they give up 3.5 a game carry. Okay, they rush for 108 a game and give up 124 a game. That's going to get tremendously tested in this game. All right. Auburn's a 6.5-point favorite. I think Auburn's going to blow them out, truth be told. You know, I love Hugh Freeze, the Auburn coach. You know, I liked him when he was at Mississippi. Then he goes to Liberty up there and solidifies that program. loved him there. We made good money off of Liberty for a couple of years there, especially when Malik Willis was the quarterback. So we're gonna take Auburn minus the 6.5, all right, for normal odds, all right. Second game, 7 p.m. Eastern hockey game. We've got the Boston Bruins taking on the New Jersey Devils. As you know, Boston, one of the better teams in the league. New Jersey's one of the teams on the rise. If they're not one of the better ones yet, they're definitely in that the top of the middle tier or the lower part of the top tier. We've had them for several. We've watched them for several years. They look to be coming into their own. We love Jack Hughes, their star, their winger. Um, last night last time I looked up, he had a goal and 2 assists. Then you had the other Hughes guy. They're not brothers. Jack Hughes is from Orlando, Florida, and the other Hughes kid, I forget his name. Might be Luke Hughes. He's from like Michigan or something. So they I like them, but they played last night in a back to back, having to go into Boston, the Fleet Center or wherever Boston plays at now. That's gonna be a problem. All right, so we're gonna take the Bruins on the money line. They still got that three-headed monster, Pasternak, Markand, and Patty B, Bergeron. All right, so we're gonna take Boston on the money line at minus 159. All right, add half a unit to that. All right, uh, at 159, and then lastly, got some NFL action. Got the one of our darlings, the Detroit Lions, going down to Big D. Pause. Down to Dallas, take on the Cowboys. All right. Uh, the Detroit Lions, they won their division. They get to host a playoff game. First time might be in history, but no, since like the '90s, the early '90s, like '91 or something like that. And if you were following this show back in July, I gave you that. You know, the sports book I went to can't cash it until after the Super Bowl, but it's a winner for me. That's a winner for you too if you were following. But we're gonna keep this real simple. Receiver who started it for us this year, we're gonna let him end it for us on the NFL regular season because like I said, we don't do Bizarro week, and that's next week. We're not gonna bother with that one, all right? But I'm gonna take Detroit wide receiver Amon Ross St. Brown to get an anytime touchdown and that's 117 odds, all right? A little less than normal, all right? Amon Ross St. Brown. All right, so let's recap. 2 p.m. college football, Music City Bowl, Auburn versus Maryland, the home team on the scoreboard. We're going to take Auburn minus 6.5. All right, 7 p.m. NHL action. Boston Bruins hosting the New Jersey Devils. We'll take Boston on the money line for an extra half a unit, for 1.5 total units, all right? And then lastly, pardon me, NFL, 8 p.m. Got the Detroit Lions going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. We're going to take Detroit wide receiver Amon Ra St. Brown to get a touchdown, an anytime touchdown. Those Dallas DBs are kind of suspect at times, all right? We're liking Goff, and we're liking him. Amon Ross St. Brown, all right? And that's minus 117 odds, all right? So there you have it. You got plenty of time to get online, get in line, and get to the bag. And the show's motto: if there's games to be played, there's money to be made. We'll have a show for you tomorrow, okay? But in the meantime, like I said, I gave you my X, formerly Twitter, ad name, all right? So let's go get our action in. Let's be safe. Let's be courteous. And we'll be back tomorrow to talk about it. But until then, folks, everybody be well. Peace.